Welcome to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. The car for this video has been kindly provided by the team at Covered Nissan. The 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. This is a mid-size 3-row SUV, so it's mostly a family-oriented vehicle, and this is also a very competitive class. So if you are in the segment looking for a car like this, make sure that you do your research because there are a lot of offerings. So the Pathfinder comes with a 3.5 liter V6 engine that produces 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. That is paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. The Pathfinder competes with cars like the Honda Pilot, the Hyundai Palisade, the Kia Telluride, and the Mazda CX-90, amongst many others. This is, as I said, a pretty competitive class, SUV segment in general. So there will be a lot more offerings. I have just chosen those, just to have some other vehicles to compare against. And if you saw the graphics, the Pathfinder is then very competitive from engine, from price, everything. In almost all the areas is right there with where this segment is among competitors, and at least when reviewing those specific models that we were talking about. The standard safety features for the Pathfinder are things like intelligent driver alertness, intelligent emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, blind spot warning, intelligent blind spot intervention, intelligent forward collision warning, intelligent lane intervention, lane departure warning, rear automatic braking, and rear cross traffic alert. So that's a pretty big list for standard features, and depending on the trim, and if you go all the way up to the top trim, you will find additional safety features to be there. Remember, Nissan comes with ProPilot Assist, which is a suite of driving aids applied in the Nissan lineup. Fuel efficiency for the Pathfinder is 10.6 liters per 100 kilometers city, 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers highway, which is 21 mpg city and 27 mpg highway. Price for the Pathfinder starts in Canada around 46,000 Canadian dollars. The top trim goes around 60,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, the base trim starts around 36,000 US dollars, and the top trim comes around 51,000 US dollars. That base price in the US is a lot lower because in the US, as I mentioned before, there are two-wheel drive options. So the base price, and in general, in each trim that have two-wheel drive, of course the price will be a little bit lower. The 2024 Nissan Pathfinder interior. It is really nice in here for sure. So Nissan has paid attention to a lot of details here. The materials are all soft and they look premium and high quality. The touch points are nice and comfortable. They are padded. They even padded this section, you'll see it in the video, that is where you rest your knees, so it makes your long trips even more comfortable. The seats are really comfortable as well, which adds to that really nice traveling experience, let's say. This portion is wrapped in leather and have contrast stitching. You may not see it very well there, but you can see it in the screen now, and have this chrome or extra accent here that is really nice around the vent. All these really nice. The seats designs is nice, it's classy, has perforated leather in the middle and contrast stitching, and have this, they are black, but they have this brownish extra texture and color here, so it makes the seats to look better and to be more interesting. Have this extra shelf here too, on top of the glove box, and the glove box is an average size, I would say. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather and is heated, and it's really good looking, beautiful design, and also feels really nice in your hands. The power windows are one touch up and down for the 4 windows, which I really like. It has 2 memory settings for 2 drivers, let's say, and the steering is also power, so you can control, by power, the tilting and the telescoping function, so which makes the steering, the mirrors, the seats part of the memory setting. So that's really handy. You don't know how good those features are until you have them, so that's cool. It has a 12.3 inches digital gauge cluster that you can configure, and the center portion has tons of information on the car and displays all the messages and the things that are happening with the car as well. That's really cool. There is a heads-up display available as well. By the way, this is the Platinum trim, which is a top trim for the Nissan Pathfinder. The infotainment system is a 9-inch touchscreen, and is very clear, and it's colored, it looks nice, responds well, and it comes with a Bose 12-speaker premium sound system, and it sounds pretty good. So all that is good, and there is some hard button and straight buttons here for the infotainment system, as well as volume and tuning knob, which most people appreciate. The air conditionings are also hard buttons, and there are dual climate control here in the front, and then there is independent climate control in the second row, and then there is air vents in the third row, so everybody can be equally comfortable. The seats are heated and ventilated. There is a wireless charging portion here, 2 cup holders, a little cubby here for, I don't know, coins or your phone maybe, and the center console is really big. The Pathfinder has this electronic shifter too. I like it in your hand, and the functionality is almost as regular in terms of function, so that's good. To park it, you have to press a button, but it is pretty easy to use and to get used to as well. And because the electronic shifter here, there is this opening under in the center console for extra storage, which is always good, and they have this panoramic sunroof. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and by the way, when I did the video, the seat was all the way back, because when you exit the car, the seats give you extra space to get in and out, so the space in the back is bigger than what you can see in the video, and the seats are comfortable, and they have an armrest and a center console as well. And then they have a one touch function for tilting the second row seat for easy access to the third row, and the third row is designed for 3 seating. I think it will be more comfortable for 2 unless you have kids back there, and I fit somehow in the third row. but it's okay. I could have moved the second row a little bit further for a little bit of extra space, and the second person here will still have enough space, so you can play around, and for sure it will be functional and practical. I like this cabin. It is classy, it is simple, it is modern, it is well appointed. The materials and the look looks very nice. I think anybody will be pretty happy with this cabin. I like it. So how is to drive the Nissan Pathfinder? It's nice. It is what is expected for this class, so I think Nissan have done a pretty good job here. The cabin is quiet, and that helps and increase the relaxing driving. The seats are really comfortable. These are, I think, Nissan call them zero gravity technology on their seats or something like that. They really have one of the best seats that I have sat on, at least while reviewing cars for the channel. Not that many yet, but this is a small, new and growing channel. I like the seats, and I've driven already the little rock too, or the compact rock, and the seats were equally comfortable. The steering has a good weight. I like it. It's more on the softer side, but it's not ultra soft, so that makes the car pretty comfortable and easy to drive while keeping a little bit of precision while driving, which I like. Then I find the steering is also pretty precise, as I was saying, so it responds to inputs as I give the inputs, and I like it. I feel like I'm in control on the car. So sometimes for cars like these that are this big, it's very soft and there are not that many driving dynamics to be found in this class. So this one, although leaning towards comfort, is still giving you something, which I really appreciate. The brakes feels appropriate for the car. They are responding with no issues. They don't feel weird at all, and I like it. I feel that the brakes are responding as I was expecting the brakes to do. So that's good. Acceleration is good. This V6 engine, as I was saying too, is around there on the average on the class, and especially when seeing this car against those competitors that I mentioned. So it also feels adequate for the car. It responds well from stops. It sounds and feels more powerful than what the papers are suggesting, or the numbers are suggesting. So I like that. And there is this, it feels like an American engine, and I know this is a strange comment, and I don't know if everybody will get it, but to me, American engines have a specific behavior, and I feel a little bit of that here. So that will attract a lot of customers, and a lot of customers will feel at home on this car because it's pretty American, I would say. I mean, this is a Japanese company, but I know what they are doing. This is a big car. North America is a huge market for these 3-row SUVs. So I think I see what they are doing, and they are achieving what they are trying to get. If I'm right, of course, this is my very personal impression here. So I like that, and it sounds good too. It sounds old school, so I think that's good. Visibility is great on this car, and they have a big window on the 3rd row, so that will make the passenger sitting there more comfortable. So overall, I like what I'm getting here. The transmission is a 9-speed and is behaving okay. It's not doing anything weird. It's downshifter when I need it. I'm going uphill now, and it's doing a great job finding the gear and downshifting further. So it's good so far. This is a short test ride, but it's good. I don't I don't feel anything weird. There are transmissions out there that are all over the place. This seems to be properly calibrated. The steering wheel, beside the design that I really like, it feels nice in your hands. The suspension is also leaning towards the soft side, but the car keeps some level of compose, so I like that. It's not the most dynamic three-row SUV out there, but it's also not the softer or the more floaty one. So I like it. That mid-term will also, or I think will also attract more customers, or will make the customers that decide to go for a Pathfinder very, very happy. So all is good here, which takes me to driving dynamics. So as I was saying, it's mid of the pack. I like it because it's comfortable, it's quiet, but I like the response from the steering. Seems to be pretty quick, and I like the engine and how it sounds and responds. I don't have problems with the transmission, and it doesn't lean a lot, it doesn't move a lot. There is this comfort level that of course makes the car not super tied down, but not to a level that is uncomfortable. And I think people in this segment is looking for what Nissan has put in here. And I have to say something else. I'm really impressed now by my second Nissan review with the way that Nissan calibrated the car, because it seems to be hitting all the right spots. It's comfortable, but it's somehow responsive, and it's soft, but it's somehow tight and doesn't feel all over the place, and it's quiet, and it's big, but it still feels a little bit smaller based on the driving calibration here. So I like it. I think, as I said, I'm impressed with Nissan and the way that they are doing their cars lately, and I think they have done a really, really good job here. The last thing I wanted to mention is the design is, I like what Nissan is doing with their design language, and they keep evolving to the right direction, and this generation of Pathfinder is all square off, and it feels and it looks more rugged, but the driving position, and you feel like you are driving a truck, a bigger car, although drives like a smaller car, give you this sensation of commanding the road, and I also like that. So pretty good. I like it. The 2024 Nissan Pathfinder is a comfortable, spacious, practical, premium feeling three-row midsize SUV that you should not overlook when shopping in this segment.